what if the key to unlocking like revolutionary materials and medicines lies in understanding the like chaotic world of electrons?
Yeah.
That's what we're diving into today.
Right.
A research paper that's basically cracked the code on modeling strongly correlated electron behavior.
Yeah.
A puzzle that stumped scientists for ages. Get this. They're using a method called Phaseless Auxiliary Field Quantum Monte Carlo.
Okay.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
Laughs, but with a super cool twist.
Yeah, it's certainly a mouthful.
Right.
But the concept is pretty mind-blowing once you grasp it.
Okay, so break it down for me.
Right.
We're talking about electrons.
Yeah.
Those tiny particles zipping around atoms, right?
Right.
What's so special about them being strongly correlated?
So imagine a room full of bouncy balls constantly colliding.
Okay.
In most molecules, electrons behave fairly predictably.
Okay.
Like those balls bouncing around with plenty of space.
But in some systems, they get packed in tight.
Right.
Their movements influencing each other dramatically.
Yep.
That's strong correlations.
Okay.
Like those bouncy balls are now connected by invisible springs,
Oh.
making their behavior way harder to predict.
So it's chaos.
Yeah.
In the tiny particle world.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Why should we care about these electron mosh pits?
Because these mosh pits, as you call them, occur in some of the most important systems.
Okay.
Think of exotic materials with unique magnetic properties, or those crucial moments when molecules break apart during chemical reactions.
Right.
Understanding strong correlation is like having the key to unlock those secrets.
Okay. I'm starting to see why this is a big deal.
Yeah.
But how do you even begin to study something so complex?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we can just shrink ourselves down and watch these electrons do their thing.
Right. That's where this ph-AFQMC method comes in. It's like building a powerful computer simulation to track those bouncy balls.
Okay.
Watching them move and interact over time.
So we're giving the computer a virtual electron playground to study their crazy dance move.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But here's the catch.
Uh-oh.
ph-AFQMC needs a good starting point.
Okay.
A sort of blueprint of the electron arrangement.
Okay.
This is called the trial wave function.
Right.
Think of it like giving the computer a rough sketch of the dance routine before hitting play on the simulation.
And traditionally, these sketches have been a bit limited.
Exactly. Traditional methods like restricted Hartree-Fock or RHF assume these electrons behave very neatly with their spins, those tiny magnetic poles, always perfectly paired.
Okay.
It's like forcing the dancers to only move in synchronized pairs, which works for simple routines but falls apart when things get more complex.
So it's like trying to model a breakdancing competition with a waltz manual.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah. And that's where the problem arises when dealing with strongly correlated systems. These electrons are anything but neat and tidy.
Right.
They're like those breakdancers spinning and flipping in all directions.
Yeah. So this new research figured out a way to give the computer a better dance manual, something that can handle those wild moves.
Precisely.
Okay.
They've incorporated something called Generalized Hartree-Fock, or GHF, into the eph-AFQMC method.
And what makes GHF so special? Is it like giving those electrons permission to go full freestyle?
You could say that.
Okay.
GHS allows for something called non-collinear spin configurations.
All right.
Meaning those electron spins can point in any direction.
Okay.
Not just up or down.
Yeah.
It's like giving the dancers complete freedom of movement.
Yeah.
Letting them express themselves fully in that electron mosh pit.
Okay, that sounds way cooler and more realistic.
Yeah.
But does it actually work?
Yeah. Does this GHS-powered simulation actually give accurate results?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Ooh.
They put it to the test.
Okay.
Running simulations on systems known for their strong correlation, like hydrogen rings, and even challenging molecules like carbon dioxide and oxygen.
Drum roll, please. Did it live up to the hype?
The results were impressive, to say the least.
Oh, wow.
This GHF-powered ph-AFQMC, or what they call ph-AFQMC-G in the paper, consistently outperformed traditional methods in terms of accuracy.
So we're talking significantly better results.
Yes.
Not just a marginal improvement.
Not marginal at all in some cases.
Yeah.
It even matched the accuracy of a method called CCSDT,
okay,
which is considered the gold standard for these types of calculations,
right,
but is way more computationally expensive.
Hold on. So they found a way to get gold standard accuracy.
Yeah.
But with the potentially more efficient method?
Exactly.
That's a huge win, right?
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking about simulating even larger, more complex molecules in the future.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's not just about raw accuracy.
Okay.
Another exciting finding was the smoothness of the dissociation curves.
Okay, back up a second.
Sure.
Why are smooth curves so important?
Yeah.
It sounds like we're getting into the weeds of quantum chemistry here.
Not weeds at all.
Okay.
It's about getting a physically realistic picture of what's happening.
Okay.
Imagine you're charting the descent of a roller coaster.
All right.
You'd expect a smooth, continuous drop, right?
Right.
But traditional methods, when applied to strongly correlated systems, often produce curves with weird jumps and discontinuities.
Yeah.
It's like the roller coaster suddenly teleporting mid-ride, which doesn't make physical sense.
Okay, that's a terrifying roller coaster I'd rather avoid. So this GHS-powered method gives us a smoother, more believable ride.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's consistently producing those smooth curves. Even in challenging cases like the double dissociation of CO2, where other methods just can't keep up.
Right.
This means it's capturing the underlying physics of the process more accurately.
This is all starting to sound like a pretty big deal.
It is.
I mean, beyond those theoretical hydrogen rings.
Yeah.
What does this mean for real-world applications?
The implications are vast.
Okay.
Think about designing new materials with properties we can only dream of right now, like a super efficient solar cell or a battery that charges in seconds.
Wait, are we saying that understanding these electron mosh pits could actually lead to those kinds of breakthroughs?
Absolutely.
Right.
To design those materials,
we
need to understand how electrons behave at the atomic level.
Right.
GHF-based ph-AFQMC gives us the tool to do that.
Okay.
To simulate those intricate electron interactions and predict material properties with unprecedented accuracy.
This is blowing my mind a bit. We're talking about going from understanding the chaotic world of electrons to designing futuristic materials.
Yes.
That's quite a leap.
It is, but it's a leap we're getting closer to making.
Okay.
It's like we've been given a new lens to view the universe, one that allows us to see and understand those fundamental forces that shape everything around us.
Okay, so GHF is like the superhero of electronic structure methods, swooping in and giving us this incredible power to model these complex systems.
Exactly.
But every superhero has an origin story.
Right.
How did this idea even come about?
Right.
What was the aha moment that led to this breakthrough?
It's a fascinating story that goes back to the very foundations of quantum chemistry.
Okay.
For decades, scientists have been using methods like Hartree-Fock theory.
Right, that's the one we talked about earlier, where electrons are forced to be all neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Like synchronized swimmers instead of breakdancers.
Exactly.
Less.
But there was always this nagging feeling that something was missing.
Oh.
Hartree-Fock works well for many systems, but it struggles with strongly correlated ones.
Right.
Because it's inherently limited in the types of electron interactions it can describe.
So it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Scientists knew that to capture the true complexity of those electron mosh pits, they needed a more flexible approach. And that's where the aha moment happened.
Someone finally said, let's just embrace the chaos.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
They realized that the key was to relax some of those strict rules that governed traditional methods to allow for those non-collinear spin configurations.
Okay.
Those breakdancing electrons.
But wouldn't that make the calculations even more complicated?
Oh, well.
It seems counterintuitive that allowing for more chaos would lead to a better solution.
It might seem that way.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to embrace a little chaos to get closer to the truth. It's like loosening the reins on a horse.
Okay.
Allowing it to find its natural stride. By giving those electron spins more freedom, they could finally find their most stable, lowest energy configuration.
So GHF is like the free the electrons, movement of quantum chemistry.
That's a fun way to put it.
Love.
And the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
By embracing the chaos, GHF unlocked a new level of accuracy and insight.
Okay.
Especially when combined with the power of ph-AFQMC.
Okay, I'm sold on the theory.
Good.
But I'm still curious about the practicalities.
Ah.
How computationally demanding is this method?
Yeah.
Are we talking supercomputers crunching numbers for weeks on end?
That's a crucial question, and it's something the researchers addressed head-on.
Okay.
While ph-AFQMC is generally less computationally intensive than some other high-accuracy methods, it's still a demanding calculation.
Right.
But the good news is that it scales well with system size, meaning it doesn't become exponentially more expensive as you simulate larger molecules.
So it's not exactly something I can run on my laptop.
Probably not.
Exactly.
But it's also not limited to those top-secret government supercomputers.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And with continued advancements in algorithms and hardware, like the use of GPUs for scientific computing, this method is becoming increasingly accessible to a wider range of researchers.
So we're talking democratization of high-accuracy quantum chemistry.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the computational side.
Okay.
Another advantage of GHF-based ph-AFQMC is its ability to handle complex spin interactions.
Okay.
Which are often crucial in those exotic materials we talked about earlier.
Right, those materials with the potential to revolutionize everything from energy storage to computing.
Precisely.
Right.
Think about those frustrated systems where electron spins want to align in opposite directions, but can't due to the geometry of the molecule.
It's like a quantum tug-of-war.
A great way to visualize it.
Right.
And GHF excelled at modeling these scenarios because it allows those spins to find their optimal configuration, even if it means breaking those traditional symmetry rules.
So it's giving us a glimpse into those hidden magnetic worlds.
Yes.
Those intricate spin arrangements that govern the properties of these exotic materials.
Precisely.
This is all incredibly fascinating.
It is.
But I'm also starting to feel a bit overwhelmed.
I understand.
We've gone from bouncy balls to breakdancing electrons to quantum tug-of-wars. It's a lot to take in.
I understand we've covered a lot of ground.
Right.
But it's all connected.
Okay.
The key takeaway is that this GHF-powered ph-AFQMC method is a game changer for understanding the behavior of strongly correlated electrons.
Okay.
Those tiny particles that hold the key to so many scientific mysteries.
Okay. That's a good anchor point.
Yeah.
We've established the what and the why.
Right.
But before we get too carried away with the potential, I'm curious about the limitations.
Okay.
Every method has its Achilles heel, right?
It does.
What are the caveats we need to keep in mind with this approach?
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
No method is perfect.
Right.
And GHF-based ph-AFQMC is no exception.
Okay.
One limitation is that it still relies on a trial wave function, that initial guess of the electron arrangement.
Right, the dance manual analogy.
Exactly. While GHF provides a much more flexible starting point than traditional methods, it's still just a starting point.
Right.
The accuracy of the final result depends in part on how good that initial guess is.
So it's like giving the dancers a more comprehensive choreography, but still relying on them to improvise a bit.
That's a great way to think about it. And in some cases, finding a good GHF trial wave function can be tricky.
Okay.
Especially for very large or complex systems.
So there's still room for improvement.
There is.
For refining the method and making it even more powerful.
Absolutely. The researchers themselves highlight several areas for future development, such as exploring ways to automatically generate optimal GHF trial wave functions, or incorporating more sophisticated techniques to handle even stronger correlation effects.
So it's not a finished product, but rather a stepping stone to an even deeper understanding of the quantum world.
Precisely.
And that's what makes this research so exciting.
It is.
It's not just the solution, it's an invitation to further exploration.
Yeah.
To push the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve.
Exactly.
Well, on that note of endless possibilities, let's take a break and come back to explore some of the specific applications of this method in Part 3.
Sounds good.
From designing new materials to unraveling the mysteries of chemical reactions, the future looks incredibly bright. All right, we're back and ready to dive into the exciting world of what's next.
Yeah.
With this GHF-powered ph-AFQMC method, We've established that it's a powerful tool for understanding those electron mosh pits. But how does that translate into tangible benefits?
Right.
Where can we expect to see this research making a real-world impact?
That's where things get really exciting.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Right.
We've been handed a powerful new lens to view the universe at the atomic level.
Okay.
Now it's time to point that lens at some of the biggest challenges facing humanity.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Give me some concrete examples.
Sure.
What kind of problems can this method help us solve?
Let's start with something close to everyone's hearts.
Okay.
Energy.
Okay.
Imagine designing solar cells that are so efficient they can capture nearly all of the sun's energy.
Wow.
Or batteries that charge in minutes and last for weeks.
Wait, are we talking about making those sci-fi energy solutions a reality?
We are.
I thought those were still decades away.
They might be closer than you think.
Really?
See, the efficiency of those devices depends heavily on the materials they're made of. And those materials' properties are dictated by, you guessed it, electron behavior.
So by understanding those electron mosh pits,
Yes.
we can essentially engineer materials with the exact properties we need to make those super efficient devices.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
So we're talking about a future powered by quantum chemistry.
In a way, yes.
Wow.
But it's not just about energy.
Okay.
Think about medicine.
Okay.
Imagine being able to design drugs that target specific proteins with laser-like precision, minimizing side effects and maximizing effectiveness.
That sounds like the holy grail of drug discovery.
It is.
How does this electron modeling play into that?
Well, drug molecules interact with proteins through a complex dance of electrons.
Okay.
By understanding those interactions at a fundamental level, we can design drugs that fit perfectly into their target proteins, like a key into a lock.
So it's like custom designing a drug at the atomic level.
Precisely. And GHF-based ph-AFQMC gives us the computational power to do that.
Wow.
To model those intricate interactions and predict how different drug candidates will behave.
Right.
This could lead to breakthroughs in treating diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and even those caused by drug-resistant bacteria.
Wow. The possibilities seem endless.
They do.
But we've talked a lot about designing new things.
Yeah.
Can this method also help us understand things that already exist?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not just about creation. It's also about understanding.
Right.
Think about unraveling the mysteries of photosynthesis.
Okay.
The process by which plants convert sunlight into energy.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah.
How do electrons fit into that picture?
Photosynthesis relies on a complex chain of electron transfer reactions, where electrons are shuffled between molecules, ultimately capturing energy from sunlight. And guess what?
What?
Those reactions often involve strongly correlated electrons.
So our electron mosh pit friends are back in action.
Indeed. By modeling those electron transfer events, we can gain a deeper understanding of how photosynthesis works at the atomic level.
Right.
This could lead to breakthroughs in artificial photosynthesis.
Wow.
Allowing us to create clean energy directly from sunlight, mimicking nature's elegant solution.
This is all incredibly exciting.
It is.
But I have to ask, is this just theoretical potential?
Right.
Or are there already real-world examples of this method making a difference?
While the field is still relatively young, there are already promising signs. For example, researchers are using GHF-based ph-AFQMC to study those exotic materials we talked about earlier.
Right, those materials with the mind-bending magnetic property.
Exactly.
Wow.
By simulating those materials' electronic structure, scientists are gaining insights into how to control those properties and tailor them for specific applications. This could lead to the development of new types of memory devices, super efficient transistors, and even materials that exhibit superconductivity at higher temperatures.
So we're talking about a future where our electronics are not only faster and more efficient, but also fundamentally different at the atomic level.
Precisely.
Wow.
And that's just one example. Researchers are also using this method to study chemical reactions with unprecedented detail, leading to the design of new catalysts for a wide range of applications. From producing clean energy to developing new pharmaceuticals.
It sounds like this method is poised to revolutionize multiple fields.
It does.
From medicine to energy to materials science. It's like a scientific Swiss Army knife, capable of tackling all sorts of challenges.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that it's all based on a fundamental understanding of the quantum world. Yeah. Those intricate interactions between electrons that govern so much of chemistry and physics.
So as we continue to explore and refine this method, who knows what other breakthroughs await us?
Right.
What other mysteries will we unlock?
That's the exciting part.
Yeah.
This research is not just a solution, it's an invitation to further exploration.
Right.
A call to push the boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve.
Right.
And as we dive deeper into the quantum world, we're sure to discover even more fascinating and potentially transformative applications.
Well, on that note of endless possibilities, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
We've gone from understanding the chaotic dance of electrons to exploring their potential to revolutionize multiple fields.
Yeah.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
And I'm left with a sense of awe and excitement for what the future holds.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The world of strongly correlated electrons is a fascinating and complex one.
Right.
But thanks to methods like GHF-based ph-AFQMC, we're finally starting to unlock its secrets. And as we continue to explore this frontier,
who knows what incredible discoveries await us.
That's a perfect thought to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon to explore another fascinating topic in the world of science and technology. Until then, keep those electrons spinning.